Have you heard of folklore stories growing up?
My country, yes.
Yes.
Oh my god, I don't know much about it, but
What's folklore?
I kind of remember some.
Yes, Christmas is a folklore, right?
Yes, but not from my family.
I think so.
Would you be willing to share a folklore story that you remember?
Sure. The only thing that comes to mind right now is, do you know the thing that they say when it's early in the morning and someone knocks at your door like three times?
Yeah.
They said not to not to open the door and not answer the door, not even said who is there. Just stay quiet
I see.
because they said it's bad element.
When I was a child, like 5 years old, it was scary for me that it's like don't go and like look for your Christmas gifts at night because if Santa Claus finds you, he's gonna take you away with him
I've never heard that story
through the
before.
chimney.
It's a perfect story for
So-
Christmas.
There are others, but they're from a different culture because I'm from Morocco.
One I can think of is Manananggal. I don't really remember much, but I think its body splits and like the top half has like wings and it eats babies.
Actually, there's a actual experience which has been mentioned before, because when I was young, I mean still, my mom was still conceiving me. There was a story that one of a neighbors, when my mom was still at Cagayan de Oro City in Mindanao, there was an old lady who was always clinging around with my mom when she was pregnant, and the people said she was an aswang. That you know that aswang is really fond of eating, or eating fetus or young babies, unborn babies. So what happened was, when the stipulation was news was roamed around, my mom decided to go home to La Union to prevent that from happening.
I heard like in behind my cousin's house, they said they have coppery in there.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
How did you guys feel about that thought?
Of course, it's too scary, right? And then I know like there's like sometimes they have like accident. Like you get an accident today, and then the next week, my cousin got sick again.
Get sick?
I think they said behind their house there's a capre, and then of course if they want something,
Yeah.
you gotta get sick. Like they call it like usog, something like that. Then after that, if somebody, or aswang,
Aswang, yes.
and then if you know somebody, if they do like that to you, you need to answer back,
Yep.
or else you gotta get
Or
usog.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you need to tell to that lady, oh, you usog her, so you need to like your saliva, you need to put in your stomach, something like that.
Kids growing up in a Chinese household, but the one story that I really loved and was really fascinated by was the cowherd and the weaver girl. And it's a story about how a farmer, a cowherder, spied upon and saw a beautiful weaver girl who was actually a deity, or a fairy, they would say, but like a minor goddess. So she was immortal, and they fell in love and they got married and they had kids. And but the goddess of heaven is like, well, hold it, you don't belong down there, weaver girl, and so you have to come back up to heaven. And so she made her way up to heaven, and I think she's represented in the sky by the star Vega. And the cowherder was like, oh my God, that's my wife, and I miss her. And so he made his way up to heaven to be with her. But the goddess of heaven was like, well, hold it, you guys really shouldn't be together. Goddess, I mean, immortal and mortal an immortal with a mortal is really not allowed. And so she created, the goddess of heaven created the Milky Way to separate the two. But once a year, the magpies of the world would fly up to heaven, make a bridge, and so that the weaver girl and the cowherder could be together once a year. And that's supposed to be, I went online to see this, the seventh moon of the seventh month, or something like that.
One that really sticks with me, if you've heard of the Wee Willie Winky nursery rhyme, no? Okay. Well, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it was something like Wee Willie Winky runs through the town, upstairs and downstairs in his nightgown, rapping at the windows, crying through the locks. Are all the children now in bed? It's something o'clock, something like that.
When you were told this story, did it serve as a warning?
It did.
Not be a bad kid.
It did. I was a very good kid growing up.
Because it seems all the stories have to do with people making bad decisions, because lying or stealing or trusting the wrong type of people. So from these stories, either it's okay, under that story, I'll learn not to trust that kind of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Some of them.
Like sleep
Oh
early.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
While asking around, we realized many people either don't remember or don't know about folklore. Although some were able to share a story with us, a common theme many of them had was that it served as a warning. So how come we don't use them anymore? And how about you? Do you have a story for us?